What up, Shredder? Christian from Shred School. Once you start to master some of the basics and even some more intermediate and advanced tricks, it's time to get weird. And that's the cool thing about snowboarding is there's endless possibilities. You can never be as good as your potential is, and there's always new tricks to learn. It's kind of like golf, but for young people. So today we're going to talk about 10 weird advanced snowboard tricks to try this weekend. If you want to make sure you never miss a video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit notifications right now. While you're at it, smash that like button. So the first trick is the tail tap backside 180. This is a super fun trick because there's a reversal of momentum. You shift your board front side, tap your tail off the object, and it spins you the other way. It's kind of like a wind-up top or something. Go out there, find a sign, a tree, a log, a jib, whatever you need, and approach it front side. Turn your shoulders backside in the air, tap that tail, and spin out and land switch. Trick number 2 is another tail tap. It's the tail tap out of a rail. I'm not exactly sure what this one is called, but it feels super cool, and it's that same reversal of momentum that we had in that tail tap backside 180. I like to do this one the other way. So while we do a tail tap backside 180, I'm gonna do this trick on a rail front side. So I like to pop into a nose slide, lean heavily on your nose, and just as you're about to come out, pop off that nose, tap the tail by turning your board backside, and then spin front side out of the trick. Again, it feels super cool reversing that momentum, and people will kind of be like, wait, what? What did he just do? Trick number 3 is what I call the MFM Cab 360, named after Mark Frank Montoya. Now, if you're not old enough to know who that is, he is one of the most stylish snowboarders ever, and he used to be a big name back in the day, but he would do flat ground tricks, and he popularized some of the weirder stuff that we see out there today. So the MFM Cab 3 is really where instead of just doing a switch 360, you're leaning heavily into the tip and tail of your snowboard and you're exaggerating those movements. So come in switch, pop off your tail, land on your nose, and just try to exaggerate the flex of your board, just like you're on a skateboard and you're pivoting around on the wheels. Number 4, we have a Miller flip, made popular on a skateboard. This is like a frontside invert to fakie and a vert ramp, but on a snowboard, we often do this over an obstacle, usually a spine. So the Miller flip, you're gonna come up on your heel side edge, and you're almost gonna do a backflip over the rail, and you're gonna throw that front hand down right in the middle. The key to the Miller flip is commitment. If you bail out halfway, you're gonna get hurt, and since we're doing this over a rail, it's gonna hurt a lot more than the snow. So just come in heel side, it's a mix between that front 3 and a backflip. Put your hand down in the middle to throw yourself back to your feet and ride away clean. Trick number 5 is the tame dog off a knuckle, a rail, or a box. So sure, it's cool to be able to tame dog out in the POW, off a jump, but can you do it where it's least expected? So the cool thing about this is if you mess up on the first jump in a park line, you can actually tame dog off the knuckle. And your friends are watching from the top, they thought you were done because you didn't land your first trick, and there you go, front flipping into the landing. People love this one. It's not too hard if you can tame dog off a jump, and it's gonna up your skills in the eyes of everyone around you. Trick number 6 is the double shifty, either 360 or 540. This one makes you a little dizzy, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a usual 540, but we're gonna throw in 2 shifties. So you're actually gonna throw in a shifty the way that you're spinning at first, and then you're gonna bring it back the opposite way. It's a reversal in the air, so kind of like those tail taps, but we get that unwind happening while we're spinning. And you also have to keep track of where you are in the spin, but this one is super fun, and again, it's one of those tricks that people are just gonna stop and say, wait, what? Trick number 7, we have what is called a disaster, or a gap onto a rail. So sure, you can board slide a kink trail, or you can just skip the whole first half of the rail and land on the very last piece. We call that a disaster. What you want to do for a disaster is just get your speed up and make sure that you make it past the kink, because if you land in the middle, all your momentum is going to stop and you're going to get bucked. So a good way to do this is you can practice airing over the side of the rail, and once you know you have your speed right, then we're just going to launch right onto that last piece of the rail. Since we aren't hitting any kinks on the way out, We just got to keep our balance on that one piece and then we'll land on the snow. It's not too different from hitting a jump. Trick number 8, we have the fence ollies. So it's cool to be able to ollie on flat ground, off side hits, off rollers. But once you've got that dialed in, it's time to get a little bit rebellious out there. So the next slow sign you see, maybe you eye it up, you ride up to it, and you ollie over that sign. Just be sure to keep your nose up or you're gonna clip and regret it. This is another one that's gonna make your friends stare and think, that dude is crazy. Number 9, an unconventional one, I have one-footed board slides. This one takes some real balance. So you want to make sure you have your tricks dialed in. But if you're like Alex here, you can take this to a frontside board slide and it looks like, nothing else we've ever seen. And lastly, 10, we're going to keep the danger factor high. I have spray a skier. Again, we get into this game where the more risk is involved with a trick, the more adrenaline rush we get, the more excited it makes us, and the more it pumps our friends up. So be respectful out there, but if the opportunity presents itself and you have some pow in front of you and a skier cutting across the run, maybe they're even your friends, give it a good spray, throw up that rooster tail, and hightail it out of there. So that's it. Once you've mastered the basic tricks, we're no longer working on the fundamentals. We can start to get weird with it. The cool thing about snowboarding is you can be creative. You can put your own spin on it. You can do things that nobody has ever seen before. So these are 10 weird advanced snowboard tricks to go out there and try this weekend. You can even make up your own versions, put your own spin on it. If so, we'd love to see them. Throw a link in the comments. That's all for today. Peace out, Shredder.